Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 46 of the Division Z podcast. My name is Jason.
And I am K Cosmic.
Today is something. I totally lost my train of thought right in the middle of my sentence. Today zombies, Call of Duty, Warzone, something's happening, right? It's, another day of Call of Duty. I see people in the chat. We got Rage, we got Jack, we got people in the chat. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. So, we got a couple things to talk about today. And one of the first things I want to talk about, actually, is, now that I think about it off the top of my head, is Cosmic. Have you seen on Twitter all the talk of the 80s action heroes being added to Black Ops Cold War?
Here's the thing. On my little adventure away working on this documentary thing that some people will know about. I've mentioned it in a few live streams already, in a few videos.
Yes.
But I have trying to be keeping in contact with things going on with Warzone and things like that. And just like Black Ops Cold War, and I like to try to keep updated, but since there's not actually any zombie maps or anything, obviously there's not like a high priority to keep updated with that type of stuff. So okay. I have not. Would you tell me about them though?
So essentially, Call of Duty tweeted out a post. You know how you can do the Warzone reports, right? So yeah. Call of Duty tweeted out a Warzone report of have you guys seen Survivor John's Warzone KD ratio? Oh my gosh, look how amazing it is, right? And so you look at the actual stats, and some big brain out there deciphered that because the kill report said 542 or 552 kills, they figured out that Rambo's real name is John. Rambo has 552 kills. There's like the number 7 was on there, which is like the amount of hours all the movies are combined and all that kind of stuff.
So all these things tying together.
So all of it ties
in
together.
Big...
Plus, some random guy on Twitter tweeted at Call of Duty saying, way before this happened, hey guys, wouldn't it be cool since Black Ops Cold War is set in the 80s, we have 80s action heroes? Call of Duty went and retweeted that. And today they made a Die Hard reference.
Ooh.
So
they're quite out there
Bruce
now,
Willis and Sylvester Stallone, like you got a bunch of these 80s action heroes that are coming to Black Ops Cold War. It's going to be really weird. It's going to be kind of cool though.
Here's the thing, right? It's cool whenever they do something like that. I think in the first sort of version of them experiencing like celebrities and that were obviously celebrity casts. But then it was in some multiplayer games, like I know Ghost was one of them. You get Snoop Dogg to be the announcer, which was amazing, and like obviously it's a bit of a cash grab, but it was a cool cash grab. I would buy it. If you don't think they're Ghost 2, I would buy it.
Yeah,
I would love that. It's just fun, isn't it?
It is.
Like they tried with they did with Warzone. They obviously added in with the Halloween event Saw, like an actual character, not like a made up like knockoff, like like a puppet, not puppet, like a I don't know. Saw's a
it's
puppet,
not like a fictional war
character
like you would see like the Milsim characters. It's just that's Saw, and like they did with Joel from The Last of Us too. You can have him in Warzone too. Yeah. So that's pretty interesting that they're doing 80s action heroes, which I think is kind of cool.
Who do you think will be next? Like, what do you think? Do you think we'd ever see like a Fortnite skin?
You know what's funny about this? I was telling my chat the other day on a live stream, and I see you guys in the comments mentioning it right now. I see you guys. I was thinking, right, because Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi are 80s movies. So I was thinking to myself, hey. At the off chance, I don't think it would happen, right? Because Star Wars takes place in the future, right? But wouldn't it be the coolest fucking thing to run around Verdansk as Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker or Han Solo?
I haven't even like properly watched the films. But if there was a Vader skin, I would buy that right away.
I would never change my skin. I literally would never change my skin.
My God! Imagine the quotes.
Oh, dude, that'd be badass. And if they get James Earl Jones, dude, or like, oh my God, bring Mark Hamill into the studio to fucking do Luke's voice lines. Oh, dude, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
It should be a good time, wouldn't it?
The chat is saying, "Here we go again." Yes, I know. I talked about it earlier on the stream because it's 80s movies. It's 80s movies, guys. I mean, the likelihood of it happening isn't very not likely, just because it's Star Wars is in space, and that's future. But
here's the thing, right? Like, they kind of shown with Warzone at least that they're not afraid to do things that are not
out of this world.
Realistic. Yeah, exactly, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it kind of sucks because if they made like more Extinction, if they like Extinction and a chance, like the game mode from Ghosts and Infinite Warfare, but we don't talk about that here. If they did more of that, I think they'd add in like an alien event where like cryptids were running on the map.
I would be down.
And I would love that. Oh god, I hope they do something. I hope all their game modes clash together at one point, and like you got exo zombies, you got Extinction, because you could do that in Warzone.
That's the Great War. The Great War is every Call of Duty converging onto Verdansk, and
just a bunch of Richtoffens come out of one portal. Like
I mean, that's what it would be.
The guy with the Peter Griffins. Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, dude, that episode of Family Guy where Brian and Stewie go back and they constantly change the past.
It's just a bunch of Richtoffens.
All right, everybody, get back in your own time machines, Oh, man. And Jack Lobster in the chat actually brought up something that I was just about to talk about. Right before we started today's episode of the podcast, Call of Duty tweeted out a new image, another Verdansk type of teaser. There is something hiding under a tarp near the stadium in Verdansk that they put in the game. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. My first instinct was something to do with the Call of Duty League, because they did something similar at the stadium for last season of Modern Warfare. And to me, because it looks like some sort of statue that's hidden under the tarp, it looks like maybe a trophy or something similar along those lines. So my guess is it has something to do with the Call of Duty League. I'm not sure how many more majors there are going to be this year, to be honest, because I know we're on Major 3. If I'm not mistaken, Subliners and Thieves are playing as we're streaming, but I don't know. It could be really interesting to see what happens. If it's not Call of Duty League related, then maybe got another mid-season Warzone event that maybe has something to do with the 80s action heroes. Who knows?
Well, I'm excited for that. I'll definitely hop on for that. But something else we want to talk about today is when do we think we're going to get this Outbreak Easter egg?
Yeah, when do we think we're going to get this Outbreak Easter egg? That's a good question.
Because obviously we have the new gun to talk about, which I haven't used firsthand, but Jason has, so we'll get information from him. But I feel like the whole Outbreak Easter egg is going to be our main slice of content from zombie players this season. Because obviously, right. I love new guns. I love new Onslaught maps. I love all them types of things, right? But I feel like really when it comes down to content, zombie maps, nothing brings hype like a zombie map.
True.
And the Outbreak Easter egg will be really fun, I reckon.
Yeah, I definitely think it'd be great.
When do you think we're going to get it?
Well, as we know, it is coming with Season 3 Reloaded, but when do we think Season 3 Reloaded is going to happen? Let's look at a calendar. Let's look at the calendar real quick.
Yeah.
Right now, it's May 8th. My guess is I'm going to say 2 weeks. I'm going to say May 20th. And if not the 20th, then the 27th. I'm going to say a couple weeks.
When you say that, it doesn't seem that long away.
Yeah. Those are my 2 dates that I think I'm going to say the Outbreak Easter egg is going to be. We also got Zello in the chat. Hey, Zello, welcome. Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. But yeah, those are my 2 guesses. And what would be in the Outbreak Easter egg? Because
here's what I'm thinking.
To me, Outbreak already has so many different objectives in it that you kind of add an Easter egg. Would the Easter egg be an objective marker like you see retrieve and defend and escort? Will it be something like that, or will we have almost, dare I say, an OG Easter egg where nothing is shown for you and you roam around the map and you walk into a house randomly and go, oh, fuck, I just picked up an item for something, Or will we have an inventory? Will they add that to the maps? I don't know.
Make things like that. The thing is, they could do so much with it. If they're going to make a great Easter egg, this game mode would be the best place to put it because they have so many options with it. But I imagine what's going to happen is it's going to be like a thing where you have to go to location to do stuff in separate locations.
Right.
Whether that is something unique to the map or something that you can do on all maps, just whatever order you get the maps in. Like obviously we have the tasks and that we can do.
Right.
Maybe the Easter egg will just be completing all the objectives. Like who knows?
I would be really sad if that was just the Easter egg. Just okay, you completed every objective and then you're done. Like I would be kind of sad if that was the case because Easter eggs should be much more. And it also begs the question: will we have a boss fight? Will we have a boss fight on Outbreak?
I think we will. I think, I think it's warranted. I think they'll definitely add in something like that because obviously they heard the backlash of not Outbreak. that's the game we're talking about. They heard the backlash to the machine and didn't really have a boss fight. Sure, it had a lockdown period, but people are like, "Where's the boss fight? Where's the boss fight? Where's the boss fight?"
Right.
And obviously with Firebase Z, we've got that boss fight. So Outbreak, I would hope they would. I would hope they would.
Yeah.
If they don't, like, oh well, I guess we'll just have to wait till the next zombie map.
Yeah.
But obviously, ideally, we would get this Easter egg at a boss fight with Outbreak.
Definitely. We got the chat saying Mama Orda's gonna come in being like, "You killed my son."
Yeah.
I mean,
honestly,
if it's another Orda fight, well, that would beg the question: would just an Orda be the boss fights for the maps going forward because it's a being from the dark ether and it's an elder god? Or actually, now that you mention it, I don't know too much about the dark ether lore as it's being built right now. I still need to read more of the intel, but correct me if I'm wrong, chat. What if there are a certain amount of elder gods in the dark ether, and so Orda appeared on Firebase Z, and then you have Irda over here, which is the next child, and then it's almost like a Greek mythology thing where you got their gods, their elder gods of like the higher gods, and so you got the dark gods and the elder gods that you have to all kill,
Yeah. Okay, well on that note, right? Well, you see how obviously with Orda they had to make it so he came in waves, sort of, in Firebase Z.
Right.
Do you think they bring that feature forward for future maps with lockdowns and things like that to incorporate a bigger boss? Because if we're going from that basis, right? Mm-hmm. Imagine if Orda was like, the first one, right? Imagine the next boss we get will come like I don't know, Blablu, right? Blablu.
Yo, Blablu, my boy.
He can fly. He can fly. That's his thing. He's like a giant like a moth or butterfly that shoots like lasers from his eye. You have to get the cover before he does that. Or something like that, right? It's the same premise. There's zombies coming. It's like a lockdown sequence. You have to, hit the weak spots and then it dies, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if they're going to add in big boss fights like that again, they'd have to dedicate a round to it.
Oh, yeah. I think they definitely will. I think there's definitely a lot of potential for them to add mid-round bosses again like they did with Orda. And, I mean, we'll see. The thing about Cold War, though, is it's so unpredictable at this point.
Yeah, because here's the thing,
it's
right?
It's so damn unpredictable.
I see all these tweets being like, "Oh, when Black Ops 4 was out, we had 7 maps," and it's like I understand that, and I want more maps as well. Right. But they heard us cry, being like, "Oh, give us less maps, so they're going to be like better maps."
Right.
And like I'm looking at this like I can't be mad. I cannot be mad. They're doing their best with the circumstances, and I'll happily wait for a zombie map.
Exactly.
And will that kill my channel? Who knows?
Hey, you know what, man? You're fine. You're fine. You just make your content, and then that's what keeps your channel alive.
Yeah, like there's definitely stuff to make about. Like it's not like there's nothing to talk about at all.
Exactly.
But, like, it's a lot easier when new zombie maps are out
because it's new and exciting. You wanna cover all the new and awesome things. That's why I jumping in onto a zombies map for the first time, that's one of my favorite pieces of content to make. I alongside tutorials, I mean, because personally I love making tutorials, and that's always fun, and I loved making trophy guides back in Black Ops 4. So I was so sad. I mean, I know D Machina has trophies, but I was so sad when Firebase Z had no trophies.
That was a surprise to me. They could have done it like kill Orda once.
Exactly. Or
without taking any damage or like something like that.
Yeah.
facility taking any damage. They could have done something like that.
That would have been so cool.
Maybe
Kill 5 special enemies in the same round or something like that. I don't know. There's just a lot of potential. Build the Reiki could have been a trophy.
Yeah. They could have done a lot. But like,
they could have.
I'll say they did. And again, at the end of the day, they're fun to make content on, right? But it doesn't really take too much away from the actual experience, I guess. Of course. So I'm all right with it. I hope with whatever the next map is going to make, there's going to be a lot to do in it, because I really like making tutorials as well. That's like one of my favorite things, because then I can actually grind, find out what can be done.
Exactly.
Make a video. And as far as actual channel growth and stuff, like, I think with zombies, right? I think when you're wanting to grow your channel and things like that, there's going to be down periods like there is with every game. But with zombies, it's so much more. You notice it a lot more, and there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I think that's just, for whatever reason, that's just how zombies is.
I think obviously it's a thing with the generation we live in and consuming content at such a fast rate. Like that's just it, isn't it? Like shorts, TikToks. The reason these are made is because people would rather.
It's amazing
for their phone.
It's really amazing. Because I'm part of the. Do I even call it a generation? But I guess I'll call it that. Like, I'm part of the YouTube generation where I want to sit down and watch a Let's Play. You know? I want to, back in the day when I was first getting into gaming, and back in the day, I would watch old Achievement Hunter videos.
Yeah.
And just their Minecraft series back then was so just I want to sit here for 45 minutes and watch a full Let's Play. And it's really interesting to see how people nowadays are just like, oh, well, this is longer than 5 minutes, I might as well not watch it.
Yeah, it's weird. And like, I remember exactly when I was young as well, when YouTube was, like, I found out what YouTube was, find like a 2-hour-long Minecraft video, and it's like, hell yeah, I'll watch that. Like it. Because you get invested into it, and it's like you're sitting. I remember back in that day as well. What you'd do is you'd have it, next to you while they're playing Minecraft, whilst you play Minecraft.
Yeah.
It was great. It's like the old Smith Play videos as well. Like top 5 zombies. You'd be doing that as you're playing zombies. And it's weird. It's weird how not weird. It's just naturally developed.
And think about it this way, my man. And it puts things into perspective a little bit. As you and I and other people in the zombies community create videos, there are other people out there who watch all of our content and they play zombies at the same time with our content. And they have their own sort of nostalgic sensibility about it. And that's what's trippy about it, where it's almost like the cycle continues, but the cycle is such a new vibe now, because we have the zombies community is definitely much different than it used to be before. But now it's almost as if, have you ever seen that meme? It's not a meme, but have you ever seen that? I forgot where I saw it, but it was like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? And they're like little turtles, and the rat guy, what's his name? I don't know what his name.
Master
something. Well, the master guy, he's like walking all the little turtles, right, when they're
kids.
And then
he turns old.
And then the turtles are taking care. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like that's what the zombies community can become, because so many people have been influenced by Mr. T-Lexify, the Smith Plays, people like that. And now we're building the community as with the same passion that they had before. So it's one of those. It's really cool to me to see all these people. Master Splinter. Right? Okay, that's his name.
Yeah, I had that, mate.
I don't know Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I thought that was kind of a cool image.
I don't know either. But like, thinking about it this way, right? Like, I have that Elemental Pop review that got 7.3 K views, which is quite a good video on my end, right? One of my more popular videos, right? It's weird to think that in 10 years, there will most likely be one person that goes back and watch that video and be like, God damn, that's nostalgic.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that just like, it's such a deep thing to think about as well.
Perspective.
Like, exactly. And when you think about the numbers as well, like, it's mind-boggling, isn't it? Like,
numbers. Honestly, man, I think numbers are just numbers at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
You want to. My whole philosophy is I want to make content that I enjoy, and the content
Yeah.
that I want to
Yeah.
have some fun
Definitely.
with, and people can have fun with me. And then I know the numbers will come later, you know,
Yeah.
because that's just how the internet works, you know.
Yeah. If you thing is with the internet is you follow what you want to do and you work hard and you make stuff that's better than other people's stuff. Don't get me wrong. Anyone that makes content, like, it's worth watching, right? But
Mm,
if you can make content more, what's the word? Polished, better written, better audio, better in general, right?
mm-hmm.
People are always going to want to watch that or something. And if you make a good impression from that, then people are going to stick around and watch and
And you know
watch and
what?
watch.
You just get better over time too.
Exactly, it's a learning thing as well. Like when I think to myself before I did YouTube, like I had no idea how to like market stuff or like how
Mm,
I should like talk to the community and things like that, and how to format videos and write scripts and edit at all. Like, when I looked at an editing software the first time,
mm-hmm.
I thought originally what I was supposed to do was talk over the gameplay as I was doing it.
Ha!
Like originally, and then go into it and you learn all these things. It's like, wow, it's something you have to do with YouTube, and you'll learn just on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And once you learn it, you just want to learn more and more and more and more, and make it so it's like the best it can be.
Exactly.
So,
Man,
like,
it's crazy to think about. Yeah, when you first look at OBS, for example. Man,
scary, isn't it?
I'm just
All these
going,
lights.
what am I doing? What is this? You know?
Yeah,
And
and it's
now it's
like,
like I know OBS I like the back of my hand now, and it's just crazy.
yeah,
You just patience. It's the patience that I think everybody needs
yeah,
to, things might look a little intimidating, they might look a little daunting, just like you were saying about the editing softwares. I was definitely the same way too. The first editing software I ever used was Final Cut Pro. And it's definitely not as sophisticated as Premiere, but back
no,
then when I first used Final Cut, I was just thinking to myself, holy shit, there's
yeah.
just so much here, and oh my god, like what is a
Like,
keyframe? What is
what the hell's a track?
what's
Like,
a
what's that?
track? What is
Yeah,
what is
like,
this thing that says V1? Like,
it's just,
it's funny. It's really funny to put things into perspective and to look back and just go, holy shit, look how far we've come,
yeah, exactly. Like, you watch my first video. I don't think I have it privated, but it's bad. Like, I'm talking. 'Cause another thing as well is what you gain the ability to talk over video, and once
Yeah.
you do that, you can. I feel like when you can talk over a video confidently and publish it, and you don't cringe at your voice anymore, because I think that's something everyone goes through. In general, you'll become a lot more of a confident speaker because you can go on
Yeah.
stage. I think you're a lot more likely to go on stage.
Mhm.
Let's say I don't know, you're at something, right? You have to give a speech, and you're going to be a lot more confident because you're like, I speak in front of like hundreds, if not thousands, of people a day. Like,
Mhm.
I can do this, and it's
Yeah.
like it's you learn a lot, and it's good. Like,
Yeah, man. It's awesome. Honestly, it's
yeah,
awesome. To me, just the process of it all is awesome.
yeah, and
And
like
I
it's
know
not,
I know that I'm going to have fun. And
yeah,
that's
exactly,
the
yeah,
big thing. And that's like the old saying goes, right? Um you find something that you have fun doing and you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life.
mm,
And that's true. I would say it's 99% true. But there's still that 1% where you still have to put in the effort. Well, not you don't put in 1% effort. I worded that poorly. You put in
1%.
you put in 110% effort. You work for what you want, and you have fun doing it. The work is fun, so it doesn't feel like
Yeah,
work. That's the whole
yeah, no,
thing.
you're just doing it to make content, and like, because you're having fun as you're doing it, and you want to make it because you want people to see it.
Right.
Like with this documentary, right? I'm making this because I want people to see it. I
Mm-hmm.
want people to look at this documentary,
Yeah.
and because I was kind of looking back at my stuff, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, these guides do good, and my reviews are good, and I want to make a lot
Mm-hmm.
more reviews in the future. And eventually, I want to branch out to other games. Like, well, I want to make a review about Resident Evil 8, which I haven't
Oh.
bought yet. I haven't bought yet because I kind of want to wait until I get a PS5, which will probably never happen. But
Hey, you never know.
never know, maybe one day. But like, I want to make this like documentary about obviously the 115 movie, which I've talked about a few times,
Mm-hmm.
because I want this I want this to last. I want this to be something people can watch over and over again. Like
Right.
a review on a field upgrade, people will watch and watch for however long, but eventually that people will not need that as much anymore.
Yeah,
But
I can understand that.
Yeah, there's documentaries just for something to watch, in the background. Because I think like a whole generation of people in the zombie community, when you say the 115 movie, will have flashbacks to that trailer they did where they had that song and the zooming in on zooming out on the number 115,
Right.
the Richtofen quotes and all that, and like, oh, I'll watch this. I'll see what this is about, and then
because it's informative. It's going to be It's almost funny to think about. Zombies community history lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
You got History Channel, move aside History Channel. We've got the Call of Duty Zombies History Channel. Yeah. That's what this year, the 115 documentary, you've been telling me about it. And honestly, it could be a really fun video to just put out there. And I'm looking forward to seeing the completed product, man. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm like about 25 minutes through it, and I'm hoping. Originally, I thought an hour it would be roughly the mark, but I think 40 to 45 minutes would be a lot more beneficial, just because I don't want to scratch things out. I don't want to scratch. That's the last thing I want to do. I don't want to scratch things out. To make it so like people can tell, oh, this didn't have to be like an hour long. I want to get everything down on paper, all them things, and like I want to obviously read there's a cut of the script out there. I want to read that and do a good version of that, and I want this just to be something people can watch and be like, wow, that was entertaining. And then like in a few months, they'll go back to it and like, oh, this was quite, I'm going to watch this again because this was quite fun to watch.
Yeah.
And that's my whole thing with that. And that's kind of like going forward, not the content I want to make a priority to make, like, zombie community related stuff. Because I want to talk about like things like nostalgia. Like nostalgia for the zombie community is such an important thing.
Definitely.
And I feel like when you're in the moment, you don't feel nostalgia, but then you feel it, and you're like, "Oh, this is such a good time," and "Oh, this is great."
Yeah.
And people don't remember the small things that weren't as good and all that. I think that's important as well. That's the type of things I want to make videos about.
Yeah, I think it's the thing that's cool about it too. Like in a roundabout way, you were just saying, it's a moment in time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's something that people can go back to and say, "Oh shit, that's what 2015 was. Oh shit, that's what Zombies was back in 2016." That's why the Z House videos are timeless, because you just go back and you just want to have fun. You want to relax and just chill, and you want to watch zombies content. The Z House is some of the most chill, relaxed, have fun, fuck around kind of energy that is just really fun to go back and watch if you're just chilling. And,
exactly.
And I think, like with the 115 documentary, it could definitely be one of those videos where it's going to be a very informative history lesson. And
exactly. Because I just think there's so much history with zombies more than just like the games, and there's so many things that happen like outside of that. Because obviously, you have your nostalgia, you have your Z House. Z House was a big thing, and that'll be something I will probably make a video on as well. Like, I don't know, call it like Z House was good or something. I don't know. So, like,
Z House was good.
Something not too long, not too short, but like remembering Z House. Something like that, right? Something like, people will be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that. Let's watch this." And then go and through the highlights and stuff. Like, there's just like there's a whole like you can just do a lot with it, and as well, you don't really see people talking about it. Like, they maybe mention it in videos or live streams or things like that you don't see someone making a video about, oh, remember when DLC 5 was like a meme or like a joke, and then it actually became like, and it actually became a DLC 5. Like, it wasn't like a big funny anymore. Like, because that was quite a fundamentally important moment for the zombie community. And like,
absolutely.
That was like
2016, I would say, from the moment Black Ops 3 released, November 2015 to Zombies Chronicles in May 2017, that was the peak of the zombies community, Yeah.
And
I mean, even like, let's not even say May 2017, because, the zombies community didn't just die immediately after Zombies Chronicles came out. Let's say, like, Yeah, November to 2015 to the end of 2017 would probably be toward the peak of the zombies community because of Chronicles and because of all the wonderful things that have happened. Easter eggs for charity and the Z House 2 Zombies World Championship was the first of its kind, happened in 2017 or 2017. My brain stopped working. And so 2015 to 17 was like peaks of the peak of the zombies community, and we've seen personally, I think we've seen flashes of we could go back to that with Cold War. Yeah, we could go back to that because we have Zombies World Championship coming back. We have well, first of all, we got the Zombies for Charity event that's happening later this year too with some other community guys. That's going to be cool. That's going to be fun to participate in. And then you just have new content coming out, and it can get a lot of people excited, especially if the new maps are really fucking good. If they generate the same amount of hype that Garad Crovey generated back in 2016, then the zombies community is back. At full strength. I think the zombies community is back. Don't get me wrong.
I think we're just a little bit right now.
It's just a little bit less energy than before. But if we can get those Garad Crovey hype levels back up, oh, we're back, baby. That's going to be fucking all gas, no brakes.
Well, I mean, we had a bit of that with FireBZ when the trailer came out, and everyone was like, oh, this is cool. And, like, I think going back to, like, the peak of zombies, I think a really good peak of zombies, which people didn't give enough credit for, maybe, was Garad Crovey, Revelations, and Spaceland. Because them maps all came out in, like, a 3-month time span.
Right.
And, like, to have all these fleshed out maps, and I know Infinite Warfare didn't go over well. Like, actually, here's the thing. I think from the start of Black Ops 3 to the end of, I would say, even Infinite Warfare is where zombies in general just did really well. Because we had our Black Ops 3 maps, and then we had Zombie Chronicles. And sure, Infinite Warfare zombies people didn't like too much, but now people love it all of a sudden, myself included.
It's just...
We had that there. It was content there that proper maps that were actually like fun to play.
Yeah.
Well, Beast from Beyond wasn't great.
Well, I mean, I'm part of the crowd that I didn't have Infinite Warfare. I didn't go out and buy Infinite Warfare right away. And so I didn't really have an opinion of the game, didn't really play the game a lot. Really, all that I have about Infinite Warfare in my head, like as an opinion, is I think Spaceland isn't that great. I don't think it's as great as people make it out to be personally. I think Attack of the Radioactive Thing is not a terrible map, and I know a lot of people hate it. I don't think it's a terrible map, and the campaign is pretty good. So that is the only opinions I have of Infinite Warfare.
I think Infinite Warfare in general is a solid game, but the fact that it has Call of Duty attached to it just ruins it. Like, they just released Infinite Warfare as like nothing related to COD, just Infinite Warfare. I think the COD
it would go over well.
Yeah, I think a lot better at least. Like I think people would buy it and play it. Don't get me wrong, the game had issues. The game definitely had issues, which, like, I remember leaderboards was a massive issue. They didn't add leaderboards in until
I forgot about that.
Like 4 months into the game, I think.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then they had this whole thing where they released like 200 camos at once for the black market system. They released like they released so much content at once. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna add in 200 extra camos.
What the hell?
Like, and that was something people were not happy about. But the game did good thing. You bought the season pass, you got your weapons for free. You can complete them by doing challenges. You can get variants of your weapons that have been slightly different things. I know some people have seen that was broken. And that's kind of fair enough. But, like, I don't know. I think Infinite Warfare is one of the times where I wasn't overhyped, but I was quite happy. I was thinking, oh, well, the next COD will come out and it'll be great. And speaking of that, what was the first COD game you never bought on day one? For me, it was World War II. I didn't buy it on day one, which is weird.
The first COD game I didn't buy on day one was Infinite Warfare.
Because I think with like because I bought Infinite Warfare because I seen all the zombie and Spaceland stuff. It's like, wow, I need to buy this. I need to buy this now. And my dad bought it for the wrong console at the time, so I keep playing it the next day. God damn it! So I had a PlayStation, but I was planning on selling it. and I was like, I should probably just
damn.
wait. But like World War II, I don't know, because zombies look very promising from the outside of it. They look like they're going for this whole new aspect. But I think then I was just like, don't know if like I love zombies, but at the same time, it's like, do I want to keep playing? Like,
I can
I
get
could be
that.
doing other things. Because that's when I started like that's when I kind of met Ashley around that time, like around
Okay.
that time, and then I got it and I convinced her to get it, and then she was like, "This game kind of sucks." She
Oh
liked the
man.
campaign, but like
Yeah, Infinite
then,
Warfare's campaign is pretty damn good.
yeah, Infinite Warfare was the campaign was just good. It was just a solid campaign.
It's just fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's
know,
a
the
good
story is
story.
very basic, but it's
Yeah,
just
it's
fun.
good. The aspects it tries to do is good. And
Mm-hmm.
Ethan as a
Ethan's a
character,
homie.
just make a game about him.
That's
Like
Infinite Warfare 2.
please, he's actually funny, and it's not like when they try and make jokes and they
Infinite
don't go over
Warfare
well.
2, Ethan edition.
It's just Ethan edition. Just
I'd buy that.
god damn, I would love that.
I would, you know what? Ethan as an operator in Warzone. That's what we need.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, if all the Call of Duty universes are going to eventually converge into one, you have all the
add 'em in now.
Warzone and Cold War stuff happening, the storyline, the seasons, and just fuck it, right? You know, have the final season of Black Ops Cold War and Warzone, season 6, have that be set in the future, and Ethan is one of the new operators in the battle pass, and whatever.
Honestly,
right?
why
You know?
why not?
Why the hell
Why
not?
not?
Just like, why the hell not add some Star Wars skins into the game? Anyways.
Anyways,
Oh man. So actually, speaking of Warzone and things like that, the new Call of Duty game that's supposed to be coming out later this year is also going to integrate with Warzone. So that means we're going to be having 3 different games weapons in Warzone. We're going to have the Modern Warfare weapons, the Cold War weapons, and the Call of Duty 2021 weapons all in the same game. And if it's a World War II game, then we're going to have the MP40, the STG, the M1 Garand. We're going to have classic World War II weapons like that. So what do you think about just there's going to be a fuckload more weapons in the next iteration of Warzone when the new COD comes out?
Is there a point where there's too much?
I don't know. There might be.
Because I feel like I don't think there is, right? I think adding more weapons will keep the game fresh and make new things, and like you'll have such a wide weapon selection to go for, right?
Yeah.
But like, I think the more I think about it, the more it makes sense for them to go with the World War II setting, because they can't add a bunch of World War II guns in with like with Cold. They could do it with Cold War, but I think I think
they already put the PPSH in the game.
Yeah, but like think of it this way, right? Here's a little few I just thought now. World War II Vanguard, or whatever they're going to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're relying too much on that game doing well. I think they're just using it as an excuse, like, okay, we want to get World War II weapons in this game, so then there's a reason to have a bunch of World War II weapons.
Maybe.
So you make a game, and then we can just add them all in. The game doesn't have to be good. Warzone will make us enough profit in like 2 weeks that if that game flops, we don't care.
See, that's the thing. The Call of Duty model is based off of Warzone now. It's everything is Warzone integrated. Everything is Warzone related. And that's where the focal point of Activision is right now, trying to cater to Warzone. But, even though they are catering to Warzone, there's a lot of issues with it right now, which, I don't know if you saw on Twitter either, but the voice actor for Ghost got banned from Call of Duty Warzone.
Why?
Just cut. I don't know, man. The game there's just a lot of mismanaging. There's a lot of just.
So did he tweet at them being like, "He banned me"?
Yeah, Charlie Intel, everyone tweeted at Activision like, "Hey, you just banned your own voice actor on accident." Probably part of one of the ban waves, right? So
the thing is, if it was like a normal person, they just be like, "Oh, you're just not a normal person." But then they see, "Oh, we've banned one of our voice actors. Perhaps our anti-cheat or whatever they have isn't that great."
I mean, they don't even have an anti-cheat though. They're going through and doing shit randomly. Let's see. Jack is saying in the chat, it's possible that they remove the Cold War aspects and weapons when the new COD is integrated with Warzone. I don't. I don't think they
I don't think
would.
so. Because
I see what you're
imagine,
saying. Like I
yeah.
think there is a chance for that to happen, but I feel as if they're gonna, because you have a Modern Warfare AK-47 and a Cold War AK-47. If those two
They've already
guns can coexist in the same game mode, there's gonna be, the World War II Vanguard PPSH and the Black Ops Cold War PPSH. So my whole thing is they don't really give a shit that there's duplicate weapons because they're different from games.
They're just like, if we added more weapons, more people will play, and the more people that play means more money.
Right.
And the more money I have means I can go on holiday 5 times this year.
Right. I mean, the CEO of Activision, man, he's obviously rolling in it.
Didn't he get like a 200 million bonus?
Yeah, that was a report that happened a while back where you got a $200 million bonus.
Yeah. And it's like,
it's a lot of fucking money.
You can get that big of that, like you get a bonus that size, but your game doesn't work. Like, hello, hello. I think Activision get like, oh, this guy's made him money or whatever. I don't head CEO. So who's above him then?
I don't. You know what, man? I don't know the inner workings of Activision, to be honest.
How does that work? If he's the head CEO,
I mean, Bob Kotick, he's head honcho, isn't he?
I don't know. Like, are there people above them that decide what people get paid? Like, oh, we don't know anything else other than what to pay you. So this guy here made us like a few billion, so he can have like a fair cut of that.
I'm gonna have to. You know what? I'm honestly gonna have to go and look through, to see how that works. I'm gonna be totally honest.
Imagine, because Activision are such like oh, we like money, so you wouldn't think they'd be giving out $200 million bonuses. Like, how does that work?
I think it's just, for some reason, it's
well, if it's just him, well, if
it's
he's
just
like,
him saying, yeah, maybe
I deserve 200 million.
And you know what? Maybe here's what I'm thinking. Actually, maybe they agreed on, okay, Mr. Kotick, what if Warzone sells X amount of cosmetics this month and X amount of battle pass tiers and X amount of COD points. If we reach that threshold, if we reach the goal target amount of money earned from Warzone, then you get a raise. Then we know that in their minds, oh yes, Bob Kotick is the right guy for the job, and we want to pay him more money so that he ensures he continues doing the job that he does, because everyone in the company would feel better being like, wow, this guy obviously can make us a shitload of money. Let's make sure he sticks around and give him a bonus, So yeah. That's kind of my first instinct now that I think about it.
If I got like a $200 million bonus, as soon as they gave it to me, I'd be like, okay, I quit. I know they have it. He definitely has a contract or something.
Yeah, there's definitely some kind of contract where you get paid that over time.
They're not just gonna be like, okay, you're actually gonna stay here after, so sign this so you don't just leave as soon as we give you enough money to live off your family, live off for multiple generations. Like 200 million. Yep. Because there has to be something tying him there. Like, if you leave, we take that back.
It's just like NFL players. That's why they sign their contracts. They have, $40 million guaranteed, but you still have to play snaps. Like, you still have to play with our fucking team.
Like, that's but 200 million. Like,
that's crazy.
Oh,
that's crazy. And
you know how many things you can buy at a dollar store for that? Like,
you can buy the dollar store. You could just buy the whole franchise at that point with 200 million, probably.
What would you do with 200 million if you had it?
Man, I would definitely work on.
First of all, you give me half.
I would definitely work on getting just a bunch of equipment. Yeah, like my own house, I guess. Right? Maybe just a bunch of equipment for recording, video streaming, filmmaking. Just something. My first priority would probably be production and entertainment to see what I can do there. And then the rest of it, I don't know. I guess I just have a just 200 million sitting there? Like, I really
'cause
don't
that-
know.
'cause all your stuff, at most, if you're buying the best equipment and you buy like a bunch of like land or whatever, that might go through, I don't know how much, like maybe 2 million. I don't know if you're going for the very best, maybe more, probably a bit more than that.
Yeah, I
Around
mean,
that range.
I'd have 198 million just sitting there in the bank. I guess I'll just
think-
go on vacation, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know.
you don't have to ever work again. There's no reason for you to work again.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, well, here's what I would do first, right? I would, first of all, buy some land, buy a very large plot of land, right?
True,
And
my dude.
here's the thing I do as well is I would invest a bunch of money in buying land and build houses and then be a giant landlord.
Honestly,
so, like, you
that's
live in my
not a
house,
bad idea.
you give me money. So that's the first thing. I'd have my own little city.
Your money
like
makes
Coyote
money for
Town.
you, yeah.
Yeah, I'll come down and be like, "Where's my rent? Where's my rent? You've been late. You've been late 2 months. It's gonna have to double now."
The tenants are late on their rent, so you send Brutus to collect.
Yeah. Literally, I have millions in my account. Like, where's my money? Where's my money?
Well, hey,
No,
you still got to pay for all the utilities and stuff, I guess.
No, definitely. But what I do is, I would, first of all, I prioritize me. I think I would buy a giant lot of land and build my dream house. I know that dream house is like my gym, things like that, theater room, pool.
Oh yeah.
Things that like I wouldn't have to go out anymore and do because obviously I'd like to go to a swimming pool public, but imagine you had your own swimming pool. Imagine you had your own swimming pool, a massive slide.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that'd be cool.
Best, right? Like imagine that. I would do that. Then I might just buy every game ever made.
You might as well. Dude, I'll just I'll just buy Activision, right?
Yeah, like
no, Activision's worth billions. You know, there's no way you're buying Activision. But
you know what I do?
What would you do?
I would buy every single pack of Pokemon cards in the world.
You could. You absolutely could.
Yeah, I would just do that. Oh god, like
because 200 million, dude, that's a lot of fucking money. And even after taxes, right? Because Uncle Sam's gonna want some of that. So.
Yeah.
Well, actually, for me, it's Uncle Sam. I don't know what the Scottish equivalent of Uncle Sam would be.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
They're gonna want to cut of that. But even after that, that's still millions of dollars.
Yeah, no, you're still over like the 100 mark. Like,
of course,
you have a very, very decent chunk of change.
Yeah.
And like, oh god, you could. Well, okay. Well, here's what I do. I would buy my house first of all, and I would do YouTube still. I would 100% do YouTube.
Definitely.
YouTube would be a hobby. But with YouTube, I would just buy a bunch of the best equipment ever.
Right, yeah.
So I can make as much content as I wanted when I wanted. I do like Mr. Beast type of stuff. Like,
oh man, I would love to do Mr. Beast kind of videos.
Honestly, you know what I do? I just play like in real life Monopoly. Like I would just like buy everything and like honestly, think about it,
you just buy a whole block. You just buy a whole block in your neighborhood. And you just, all right, this house, and you just play real Monopoly. That'd be fucking funny, actually.
These are all mine. So I'm going to stay in that house today, that house tomorrow. And then I'll be the occasion like, oh, where did I keep my gold Mercedes? Is it at my fifth house or my seventh house? Where is it? Where is it? I want to find it now.
Oh, man.
Because you could, again, like 200 million, like.
It's a lot of money.
I mean, I don't think it's like building a rocket type of money. But like.
No, I mean.
That's in the billions, isn't it?
Most likely. I mean, SpaceX and Elon Musk and NASA and all these companies are they just that's billions of dollars probably every damn day.
Or what I do is like something I do as well is once I've done all my stuff, like I have Coyote Town where I have a constant stream of income coming my way. I have my mansion. I have. All gaming consoles ever. I have literally the best. I have an actual room built with PC like on the walls for streaming and making videos. With
like 7 monitors, yeah.
I would invest a lot of money into trying to bring animals almost like gone completely.
Extinct animals, trying to like animal conservation efforts.
Yeah, like that there's 2 like cheetahs left in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I just track them down and like you're coming with me. And like breed a bunch of them and then put them back out.
Hey,
so they can
That's
again.
cool.
Same with birds and like
that's pretty cool.
I would do that and planting trees in that as well. And as well as that, I think with a lot of money you could change politics in quite a way as well, probably.
Dude,
Like,
I'll just be the president.
yeah, I'll be like, okay.
I'll use my hundreds of millions of dollars to run for president. Even though I'm not old enough, I'll do it anyways.
Yeah, you have all these rules, but then I have 17 golden tanks reinforced that can fire at my will. I'm the government now, okay?
I am the government.
But I'm gonna be nice, you know. I'm only gonna take like 50% more tax off these.
Oh, you know, I'm so nice. I'm gonna hijack the government by force with my tanks. Yeah, I'm such a nice guy.
And here's the thing as well. Right? I would just like but I would invest money in a bunch of robots. Like I get like
so okay. Essentially, what I'm hearing is that you are gonna become Kevin Spacey from the Advanced Warfare campaign.
Yeah,
you're gonna become the Atlas Corporation, and you're gonna force countries to submit to your will and use your private military.
People don't want freedom.
You pull
they
the
want
strings.
Rules.
Well, damn. We just uncovered a hidden agenda here. This is the plot line of a Call of Duty game right here. I mean, damn. Fucking, we got Modern Warfare 6 over here. K Cosmic is the villain.
Nah, I mean, in all seriousness, bro, like, if I had that money, I would, well, 50. I think like since 200 million is a lot of money, I think 50 million I would invest in charities because.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Like, why not? Because you have like 1 million is enough to live your life. Like 2 million maybe. Like you could live a decent chunk of your life with that. So I think I'd be like, you know what? Here, all these charities, and then I can rest easy knowing I did a lot of good.
Well, there you go, man. Be very philanthropic with your $200 million. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
But yeah, I think. How did we get on that topic, by the way?
It was.
Oh, right. We're talking about Bobby Kotick. Right.
I have one more thing I do.
What?
I'd invent my own studio to make COD Ghost 2.
And there we go. So let's,
there we go.
We got Infinity Ward 2 is the name of the studio. But yeah, man, I think long story short, $200 million is a lot of fucking money. You can do a lot with it.
Yeah. Good, evil, you know.
good, evil, that is your choice. You control your own destiny at that point.
Exactly.
Shit. Man, God. I love how at the beginning of the stream we were like, oh yeah, new stuff in Warzone, new stuff in zombies, and then like we're almost done with the episode today, and then Kyle's like, I'm gonna take over the fucking world. If I get $200 million, I'm gonna force people into me being the world leader.
I'm just gonna get an Infinity Gauntlet. Like, why not?
Oh, dude.
Honestly, like this big gauntlet in my hand, life size as well. I struggle carrying it around with me, but like, yes, look at it.
Just a flex.
People will fear me.
Well, there we go. All right. Man, I think this was a very interesting episode of the podcast. We talked about Outbreak a little bit. We talked about the new action heroes being added to Cold War. We talked about Call of Duty, if it's called World War II Vanguard, right? If it's called that, with their weapons being integrated into the game. And we talked about what we would do with $200 million, which that was definitely something I didn't expect we talked about today. And then also, I guess one last thing before we end off the show, the Carve Point 2 was added into Black Ops Cold War. That's a pretty good rifle, pretty good tactical rifle. It does good against hordes of zombies, pretty good against manglers.
I seen that it melts multiplayer in Warzone.
I kind of struggled using it in Warzone a little bit, not gonna lie.
Well, maybe the gun's bad then.
I mean, I guess it's just acquired, I guess it's an acquired taste for some people. Because I prefer, like, I would say the top 3 weapons that I like using mainly in Warzone are the Modern Warfare M4, the FARA 83 from Black Ops Cold War, and the I gotta think about this one. It's kind of a back and forth for me between the Krig and the XM4 from Black Ops Cold War, because those guns are pretty good in Warzone now. And also the Kilo, the Modern Warfare Kilo is also a pretty good weapon in Warzone.
Guns I like to use in Warzone.
What do you like to use?
shotguns.
Well, there you go. What's your favorite shotgun to use in Warzone then?
What was my favorite shotgun? Because they added in like the striker, didn't they? From like
the Street
Modern
Sweeper.
Warfare. Yeah, it's that, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, the Black Ops Cold War one, right?
Yeah. I like using that because it's just like
yeah, full. I mean, it's a full auto shotgun. That shit's crazy.
Well, again, I used to complain about people playing like that, but now I just do it. So it's like, you know, and it's the thing is, right? It's like I like shotguns. Shotguns they're fun weapons to use, but at the same time, I feel guilty because it's like, oh, you know, that didn't require much skill. I just was shooting. I didn't even aim in.
I mean, you could technically make an argument for. I mean, I know shotguns are kind of annoying in multiplayer sometimes, but you can kind of make the argument that shotguns take a little bit more skill than sniping, right? Because I'm gonna be totally honest with you, man. I mean, okay, how do I phrase this? How do I phrase this in my head? I have this concept. I have this idea in my head. Snipers you can use it at any range in Call of Duty. You know, you can quick scope, you can no scope, you can zoom in. You know, snipers you use those at a lot of ranges. Shotguns you really can't do that. So would we be saying that shotguns require a little bit more skill than snipers, or do snipers take more skill to use because you have to use snipers at different ranges? Because I don't know about you, man. Quick scoping has gotten really fucking old to me.
I think sniping is a lot more like practical than a shotgun because you can use a sniper in any situation as long as your dot is on that target. Mm-hmm. Pretty much no matter what range, you're going to kill them in 1 to 2 shots.
Yeah,
a shotgun is very useful up close in a building, but final circles and like open grassy areas, and you have a shotgun only.
It's not going to help.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Like
yeah.
So,
But yeah, I don't know. Just I guess long story short. Last thing before we end off today's episode, I'm tired of quick scoping, man. I get it. It takes practice to do it, and people are very skilled at it. I'm just really fucking annoyed sometimes when I'm trying to play just a normal game of multiplayer casually, and you got this dude over here who's like,
have you seen that meme with the guy like
the
gaming guy. That's like them every game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's literally all of them just like crying, sweating.
Yeah, essentially what I'm trying to say is good for you. You know how to do it, but sometimes it's just annoying to go up against.
Makes me angry. It makes me very angry.
It used to make me angry, but now I'm just like here we go again. Like fucking.
How are you supposed to? What are you supposed to do against a sniper with like an assault rifle from like 200 meters away? You know.
I mean, if you have a really good assault rifle with good range, the Krieg's got some good range. The XM4, if you put the right attachments on there, has got some good range too. But yeah, it's a teeter, a teeter. Yeah. You teeter on the edge of like, oh, do I want to use my gun for long range, or do I just say fuck it and try to use my gun normally? I guess sometimes if you're going up against snipers, but that's besides the point. That's a whole different conversation if multiplayer metas and multiplayer guns are broken and shit like that. But I do actually have one last thing before we end off today's live stream. Today's May 8th. Tomorrow is May 9th. Tomorrow on May 9th, the Division Z podcast, me and Kyle obviously, we are going to be competing head to head 3 different Call of Duty Zombies podcast, Division Z, Pog Takes Pog, and Zom Squad in a Jeopardy match. And if you guys want to check out the Zombies Jeopardy match, it'll be at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on May 9th. I will be advertising it on Twitter when the event actually happens. So I highly recommend checking it out. I'm really excited for it. And, Jeopardy's awesome. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how well we do, man. I think we can make for a pretty good team.
Yeah, I think we can too.
You just have to carry me through the non-Treyarch category.
Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I know some. I know a little bit.
Well, there you go.
Okay. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Well,
We'll see what happens.
tomorrow, Zombies Jeopardy. But right now, thank you so much for watching episode 46 of the Division Z podcast. What was your favorite part of today's live stream? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to check out the link to our merchandise linked down below in the description of this video. And with that said, everybody, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, depending on where you are in this crazy world. We will see you guys once again very soon. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.
Ha.